Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Opposing Views right here at MX24 TV. Our office is at the Silicon Square here at East Legon in Accra. That's where we are streaming to you live from. And thanks to technology, you can watch us also, not just on your television, but also on digital platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The handle there is at MX24GH, at MX24GH. Now, I'm very glad today you've made time to join us. I'm sure for a lot of us, we had a lot of time to take care of our loved ones and be with them and break bread and the like during the Easter festivities. And so, as Christ was killed on Friday to take away our sins and the like, much as is the case oftentimes, Christians went through the process of, sharing one thing or the other with colleagues and the like. But even though Christ was killed this time round, there appears to be a new twist, because on Saturday, some persons decided to kill somebody else. I don't know whether they thought he was Christ. They mistook him for Christ or Judas Iscariot. But I'm speaking in particular reference to the rather harrowing story of a 10-year-old boy who was murdered, well, allegedly murdered by two teenagers, one 17-year-old, we are told, and another 16-year-old. They actually, again, allegedly murdered this 10-year-old boy and then buried him somewhere in an uncompleted building. Well, they say, or at least that's what the police report is now telling us, that these two teenagers who perpetrated this heinous crime suggested that they did so because they had been promised billionaire status by a certain fetish priest. That if they had gone ahead to kill this young boy and had managed to get the ear of this young boy, coupled with 5,000 Ghana cedis, this ritualists would have been in a position to make these two boys billionaires. Sounds like a script for a movie, but well, it's a real life story, and it's happened right here in Ghana, Kaswa, the central region of Ghana, to be precise. So today on Opposing Views, we want to take a look at that issue. That is our hook. Because after all of that has happened, we've heard a lot and seen a lot of reactions from several people. As usual, as a people, we try to point fingers at who or what may be the reason for such a situation. And so there have been a lot of suggestions. In fact, the latest of them, or the latest and loudest of all the things I personally have heard, is the fact that the media is to blame, because they offer their platforms to such ritualists to propagate their words. And so based on the things people see, they then begin to act on them. Because the two teenagers have suggested that they did see a ritualist on TV and they called him up, and then this is the directive he gave them. That's why they subsequently went on to commit this crime. Now, when we return from this break, I'll introduce a few guests to you and then ask a very critical question. I won't ask that question now, but I'll ask the question after this break. Stay with us.
Unique, contemporary, engaging. Introducing the ultimate talk show that captures, scrutinizes, and stirs up conversations around relevant content across the globe. We talk to the movers and shakers in the tech, youth entrepreneurship, creative arts industry, and many more. Join me, Kwame A. Opoku, usher you to the realm beyond the headlines, new tech releases, trends, and clicks. It's going to be a fun ride on MS Conversations.
What's up, GH? Welcome to MX Beats, your official entertainment and lifestyle home. And every single week, we're bringing you your favorite artists. Say cheese, take a picture, shake a pose, make a see, take a picture.
What's the name?
Indeed, we also bring you exclusives in music videos, interviews. Honestly, we have got you covered right here on MX Beats. Who is this?
Okay.
Oh, I love this.
This is an old deal. This guy is not even a footballer. Look what he's
What did I say? They like vintage. What did I say? Jay-Z, baby.
On this show, we help unearth new talent, write the right mix of music to boost your energy.
Big man, big things, yeah. Tim shoes, big things, yeah. You figure say we they come joke me as I they come, my mind was plenty.
My name is Jason Elaine.
My name is Miss Drew.
The
My name is
universe.
DJ Vorosky, and I'm here to give you the best of music.
Hey Jack, information will react you, and the way information day, that be why you for join me on MX24. See, wherever the topics day, the stories day on social media, we are going to comb through the annals of the internet. We will disintegrate all the topical issues on social media. You see, when it comes to social media, you know, cause you're sure, you know how we do it, right? So yes, join the conversation because you know what, it is about to go down.
Hello guys and welcome to Home Fit. Home Fit is a fitness show designed to take care of all your fitness needs. I am your trainer Brad and I will be taking you through a series of workouts. After a great workout, let's talk nutrition.
It's your girl, Miss Drew, your hostess with the mostest. I'll see you in the next moment.
Wagwan, my people, welcome to Xcave. A boy's body count and a girl's body count matter differently.
Wow, ladies. Probably an experience, something that happened.
Is it a deal breaker in a relationship?
No.
The Xcave, and this show focuses on topics that are hot on the lips of our young people and presents it in an open, honest conversation.
Oh, look at him, he's crying, he's such a girl.
In other words, there are no liars on our show.
The man is the head of the home. The man is, quote unquote, the breadwinner.
We come here with the truth.
We talk of something being toxic. It's something which is harmful or unpleasant.
Stay glued to the television for the hottest show on TV.
Bible said that we are not of those who shrink back, but of those who believe to the salvation of the soul. You know, sometimes God wants to do things in circumstances and situations that when people see, they will acknowledge that this is not the effort of man, but this must be the finger of God. So to him, life meant Christ. Life meant living for Christ. Life meant serving Christ. Christ in you, the hope of glory.
ICGC Evangel Temple presents The Kingdom Culture with Reverend Eric Ampofo on MX24. This and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Go on, my people. Welcome to X Cave.
A boy's body count and a girl's body count matter differently.
Wow. Probably an experience, something that happened.
Is it a deal breaker in a relationship?
No.
The X Cave, and this show focuses on topics that are hot on the lips of our young people and presents it in an open, honest conversation.
Oh, look at him, he's crying, he's such a girl.
In other words, there are no liars on our show.
The man is the head of the home. The man is, quote unquote, the breadwinner.
We come here with the truth.
We talk of something being toxic. It's something which is harmful or unpleasant.
Stay glued to the television for the hottest show on TV.
Angelina, be cool in my temperature. If you call, say cheese, take a picture. Shaka pose, make a see, take a picture.
In the leg book, boa.
Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Secure.
Hi there, I'm excited to come your way with football conversations, sports-related conversations, light-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations about the sport that we all love and are passionate about. Make a date with me.
What questions are on your mind? Does partisanship permeate every aspect of Ghanaian life? Can Africans truly run their own affairs without a need for foreign aid? Do you have absolute confidence in the ability of security agencies to come to your aid when you need it? Do the emergency lines in this country even work? For answers to these and more, join me, Noang Falong, on MX24 as I bring you the current affairs edition of Spotlight, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m.
April 3, Felix Nyako, 16, and Nicholas Kiki, 18, were apprehended after residents of Kaswa Lamte notified the police of the incident surrounding the death of Ishmael. According to the residents, the two admitted they killed Ishmael by hitting a club against his neck. This was after luring him into an uncompleted building under the guise of selling him a video game. On Tuesday, the case was heard at the Ewutu of Akko District Court, where the judge, Rosemond Vera Okulu, remanded them into police custody after they were charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The two are scheduled to reappear before the court on April 20, 2021. Investigators are also on a manhunt for the spiritualist who promised the duo riches in exchange for body parts. According to one of the suspects, the spiritualist whom they had discovered through national television, agreed to help them become instant billionaires by demanding a human being and a sum of 5,000 cedis. The remains of the deceased have been deposited at the police hospital mortuary for autopsy, while the Kaswa Divisional Police Command continues to investigate the matter. But uncle of the deceased wants justice to be served.
We are again appealing to the government that we'll be very happy if we hear that they've taken the boy to maybe life imprisonment or something like that. We'll be very, very happy. But we are still doing our investigation. When I hear that they've sent the boys to maybe Abofraboni or something like that, it will pain me.
So you're welcome back from that break, and that was a report put together by the production team, specifically by Ernest Senano Dovlo, letting you appreciate the situation as was the case, and well, a little bit of an update as to what is happening now as well. I am very emotional about this. I don't know why, but it's a very touchy subject. It's a rather worrying situation we find ourselves in. There's one other thing I want to play before I delve into my conversation, and it has to do with the reaction from the mother of this 10-year-old boy, and I was broken when I heard her speak. I think you should watch her. So let's take a listen to the mother of this 10-year-old boy who has been murdered by, well, allegedly murdered by these two gentlemen.
They go to the mosque every Saturday. It's been a while his father came here, and he's been asking of him from time to time. His father got here around 6 a.m. and we had breakfast. He then went playing games on his laptop while I went to sleep. His big sister came to tell me Ishmael has been killed. I asked, which Ishmael? She said, my son. I told her it wasn't possible because Ishmael was in the living room playing game on his laptop. She said, no, he has been killed and dumped in a room. I went there, but I was not allowed in. The guys in the area called the police and they took him away. I don't know what next. The culprits play with him right in front of our house, so they know him very well. They even eat from our house, so I don't know what got into them. They didn't get anyone than my 10-year-old son.
Yeah, that was a reaction to news of the death of her son, her 10-year-old son. Okay, let's start our conversation. And today I have quite a number of people joining us because there's a critical question I want us to try and answer. And it's a simple question of this. So the youth and all of these things about blood money, rituals, sakawa here and there, and whether or not the blame should be left at our doorstep, as in the media, or perhaps the greed of each and every one of us, or perhaps a situation of mere poverty. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you have some thoughts on this. So in the last few minutes of the show, we'll open the phone lines and get your thoughts also. But let me start with my guests for today's show. Let me start with Sheikh Ayub Ofosuhene. He's an Islamic cleric, and you've seen him on this show one time already. He makes some very, very interesting points oftentimes. So, Sheikh, good afternoon, and many thanks for agreeing to join us for this conversation.
You're welcome,
yeah. I know you've sat closely and watched everything we have played on TV so far. Maybe I'll just take a few preliminary comments from you as far as this is concerned. There's a lot I want to delve into. That's right. But let's start with your preliminary comments on the developments.
I always said we pray and bless the great Prophet Muhammad, his family and disciples that followed him for establishing Islam, the religion of God. It's like you said, it was a shock And if you care to know, the uncle spoke, I know him.
You know the uncle?
Yes, I saw him on social media, or one of the stations, and I said, I know this man. But even here confirms that. I was telling a friend of mine, I said, it seems I know the man who spoke, but here I've seen clearly. And it's pity. And it seems you said it all. You see, the concern, the edge for money in this country, and the youth especially. I always advise, you see, even Sakawa and what have you. And again, the spiritualists who are allowed on our media, television, deceiving people. That is easy to go. And at the end, they will destroy you. They destroy people. This is why they have ended these children. If it is true, they saw something like that, and they can be deceived. If they know, even if the spiritualist has nothing, and he can't offer them something, he can tell them, go and bring something. And you know that this will be the end. You are arrested. So what next? You can't do anything. Abomination. And I have said this a long time ago. I've been preaching, and I tell people that, you see, this Sakawa syndrome, you see, it's a strategy. A lot of youth in Ghana today are into armed robbery. Let me tell you that. They are doing that, and because of the Sakawa coverage, right? So when somebody is there, acting as if he's doing Sakawa, he goes to the, what you call it, there are places like the internet cafes and what have you. And he also dodges and he steals. Yeah, I see. With a gun. Okay. That's what you all think that he's doing Sakawa. Is that not it? That is why there's armed robbery all over the world.
But again, so you are even bringing in something. This talk of even Sakawa.
Yes.
What is Sakawa? But we'll come to that in a bit. Let me also introduce Osofo Haji. He's a cultural anthropologist, a senior member also of the Africania Mission. Osofo Haji, good afternoon, sir, and thank you for agreeing to join us for this conversation. Osofo Haji, can you hear me? Okay, so Osofo Haji is he'll be joining us on Zoom. I think he is actually on Zoom. It's rather unfortunate he cannot hear me, but he is a senior member of the Africania Mission. We want to try and look at the religious aspect of this, then try and rope in the moral bit of it, and then subsequently take a look at the media. So I've heard Sheikh, for instance, suggest that, well, in his preliminary comments, suggest that the media affording these persons the opportunity to go ahead and to broadcast whatever it is they are offering could be one of the reasons why persons such as these two are actually in such a situation. And so again, the topic we are discussing is youth and blood money, whether or not it's the media's fault as a result of poverty or sheer greed. And so if you have thoughts, please get them to us, either on social media, we'll read them for you, or subsequently we'll open the phone lines so we can hear those thoughts as well. So, Sheikh, you mentioned something that this thing of Sakawa and the desire to acquire wealth,
that's right,
particularly among the youth. Where does this stem from? Because money has always been the root of all evil.
Exactly.
Money has always existed in several forms.
That's right.
What has changed now? Why is there a craze for affluence now?
Well, may the Almighty God help us. I believe, as a religious person, I'll first say that it looks like we are failing. Because a Ghanaian, like an Achim, you go there and you know that when Presby was strong, you feel like working. Even if you are poor, you are respected. If you have dignity, right? And when Islam, Muslims believe in righteousness. But now it is all money. If you are rich, then you are the most respected in the society. And we don't think about even where you got that money. It is one. And again, I have a problem with what we call unemployment. Our forefathers were farmers, is that right? And there was nothing like an unemployment. Everybody was working. But the white man came in and created a situation that if you don't do what call a job, you are not working.
But on the issue of unemployment, I don't think it may necessarily wash, because there's population explosion. At the time, say 50 years ago or 100 years ago, there were fewer people. So
exactly.
Families had a lot more access to lands and the like, so you could till the land or you could farm.
Still there's land in Ghana. I learned Agadafi when he came here. He was going to Aflao. He saw land and he saw a lot of things. And he was even asking that those the bush that he was seeing, was it some plants and what have you? We have a lot. If only we want to do something.
So you think that it's as a result of sheer laziness, people not willing to work hard enough to make their own money?
That is one side of it.
Okay.
Two, the farmer being cheated. And if you are into farming, you are nobody. That's how we see it. And I've said this long ago. When you're in school, they want to punish you. They say, go and read. So it tells you that, a student, that then the farmers are, since they are cash. Is that not it? So you will find the ego, the feeling to go into farming. Right? So if you are a farmer, it seems you are not even working. You need to work in bank, to work in places like beautiful place, like here, which is you have a profession, is that not it? You should work here, good. But others should be encouraged to do what they are doing, and the attention should be there, right? Like today, Ghana politics. You go into it, and some two graduates, one venture into politics, and the other take another job, and the next day you see the politician is rich. What will be the thinking? You also have to be a politician. Is that not it? So, but if somebody goes to farming and he sees that he's still poor, others are doing other work and they are richer,
they are making so much
and
more
they are
money.
Respected in the society. Now, you just deny, you just stop it. And somebody will feel like even being sitting at home as an employee, so I can also complain that he need work. Is that not it? There's a lot to that, and like you mentioned all of that. Is it poverty? Is it sheer love for money? Or they are all included. Everything is there. Poverty. I always say this. If somebody think that if I goes into steal, I can be killed in the course. But if he's sat alone, poverty, hunger, and die there. If he's not intelligent, doesn't fear God, you want to go into that.
The question is this. We cannot hide behind poverty to perpetrate crimes and suggest that, well, we are doing this because we are poor. Because then again, it's like someone telling me that I'm poor, my mother is sick, and I need money to take her to the hospital because I have no money. I'm drawing a weapon, a gun, and I'm putting it next to your head to demand for any money you have on you. If not, I'm going to kill you. How is that any rationalization or any justification?
It's not right, completely wrong. And God does not accept that. That's what I'm saying, moral attitude. If the person believes in God and understand what is even if the mother died, like you said, he couldn't take care because genuinely he has no money. Maybe everybody will die, is that not it? And at the end, we're blessed by God. But if the person doesn't believe in God, he doesn't believe in morality, and he feels that that is the only means that I can do. You see, that is what we are lacking today.
Okay.
Right? So if he sees that, he can go see to that. But we should do everything, work around the clock. That extreme poverty should be checked.
Okay. So if I hear you correctly, you are pointing the blame at society and how perhaps our morals as a people have been corrupted to a certain level where people do not even see the need or the urge to stick to that which God has promised and would rather opt for simpler solutions.
Exactly. That's what I will go against that to the spiritualists are using now. Because I always said when there was no Sakawa, did we hear some people putting somebody putting cups on or human beings going to lie in that is a coffin, like trying to say where were those spiritualists? Where did they bring the money? And again, like you said, you see people on radio or television coming out doubling money, and police don't even arrest them. I don't understand. Is it allowed? We are told that if somebody just creates something like comes out with money, we call it what? You tell her it is counterfeit, and even somebody holding counterfeit can be arrested. But somebody come on telly and tell you, I have juju and I can double money.
Do those things even work? Okay.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
That one day,
fantastic.
It doesn't work.
So I needed that answer, but I'll come back to you in a short while. Osofo Aji has rejoined us. He's a cultural anthropologist and also a senior member of the Africania Mission. Osofo Aji, good afternoon, sir, and many thanks for agreeing to join us in this conversation. Okay. So far, you can hear me now. It's dropped. Okay. It's rather unfortunate. His line has dropped. We'll also be speaking to a few other people, including a fetish priest in the person of Kweku Bonsam.
Wow.
We'll be speaking to him on the show in a short while as well. So, because Sheikh here is telling us that there's nothing like money rituals. It doesn't happen. Or is there?
It doesn't, my brother. There's
so
nothing
it's fake.
like that.
It's fake.
Fake.
Okay.
They know themselves. They know they can say anything, no matter how they embellish it.
So all the things they do and say and profess they can do are just mere acts to convince people to part with monies or whatever.
Deceive them.
Okay. And so that's why we're actually going to speak to Kweku Bonsam on this, because he's a fetish priest and again he's a spiritualist and the like. So we will get him to help us appreciate things from that perspective, whether or not it's even a thing, it happens, and why they require certain things. That's if it indeed happens. Why would you need the ear of a human being? Some will say the scrotum of a 50-year-old. I don't know. But of course, we'll get to all that in a short while. Sheikh has suggested a lot of things. So, as I hear you talk about the issue of Sakawa, you are talking about it in the sense that young, often productive men or men who could have used their energies and time for more productive things go sit in, say, an internet cafe and go deceiving people to part with monies.
That's right.
So that is my understanding of Sakawa, as you put it.
That is it.
How about those who go to these ritualists and become overnight millionaires? You are saying you do not believe that such people have any powers whatsoever.
Yeah.
But there are several stories, some seemingly credible, of persons who have gone into contact with some of these ritualists.
Yes.
And people know their story. They have been poor their entire lives.
Yes.
And after a week of traveling to Benin or Togo or even Voltaire, anywhere, they then begin to show signs of wealth.
That's right.
Real affluence. How do we reconcile these two? Let me start with that. How we reconcile these two? Yeah.
God help us. See, let me tell you, there's nothing like they can't do it. If Africans had that power, call them Muslims, Christians, or our traditionalists. They could pray. If they can pray for money, I believe they can conjure for dollars for Ghana to be
You believe in the story of Konfanoche?
Yeah, that's a story they told.
Do you believe in it?
Well, I'm a believer. I believe in God.
Do you believe in it, that story?
Well, partially, but not completely, because...
Do you think the things Konfanoche is said to have done were actually done?
There's a lot of things magicians do.
I want a specific answer.
I want to tell you something. As a Muslim, I believe they can do things no matter what. I don't rubbish it completely, because in the Quran and the Bible, which I believe, both of them, if you check, when Moses threw his staff down and it turned to be a serpent.
That was what I was going to come to anyway.
Exactly.
So because you make a point that it's not real, it doesn't happen. I'm only trying to avail your mind to the fact that it is a possibility that it indeed can happen. So and there are instances to suggest.
I want to make it clear that the Quran made it clear that it says they conjure and the eyes of the people were turned. It's powerful. They saw the ordinary people there, even including Moses, a prophet, when the magicians of Pharaoh threw their stick down. It turned to be a snake. In the eyes of Moses, he saw that, a prophet, greater than I, is under it. But what God said, it is their magic. It was not, they couldn't turn it to snake. So a believer would not accept that. Are you getting me? But so an ordinary person, what will he do? But on the part of money, it's simple. If that person has that power to do it, you have amassed that wealth, he could have been rich himself. Why is he calling you, my dear one, to come bring some money before you? He would rather do that for you to get the money. He will do it. If he has the power to conjure that money, he will do that. He would have done that for himself, his children, and the rest of those who are closer to him. Is that right? When we say a pastor, an alim, a scholar, which some people call malam. It's an Hausa language. The term is alim, scholar. That's the meaning. It's not malam as a jujuma or somebody who has power somewhere. No, an alim. It's an Arabic word. A scholar who have.
So the term malam is not specific to a ritualist. It's
No. A scholar, a teacher.
A teacher.
A scholar in the scriptures of the Almighty God.
Okay.
It's
Are there principles to making wealth or making money in the Quran?
Yes, you pray to God and we work hard.
No. I'm asking. Are there principles? Does the Quran, for instance, detail certain ways of making money?
Well, what I have, not to my knowledge, because I read, it tells you that you pray to God and you work and you get money. I get me. Like, okay, if you are doing another thing, you have points that you can pray. You tell God, it's God who make riches. Is another. As a Muslim, believe in that. He said, He give abundance to those that He want, and some people too, He made them poor. That is why the Muslim believe. So if you pray, like we have chapters of the Quran, you read, it protects you. You read, you have reward on the day of judgment. You go closer to God. If you read, it will make you helpful.
You know why I asked this simple question?
Yeah, I don't know.
I asked this simple question because in the Bible, there are simple steps to being successful in life. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
So, for instance, there's a simple saying which says, the more you give, the more you receive.
Okay.
As a Christian believer, if you give more, you are likely to receive more.
Okay.
It's a simple principle.
Okay.
There are several of such principles in the Bible. And I'm asking if there are
Okay.
similar of such principles
On that
in the
part,
Quran.
on that part, it seems I did not get you right. On that part, like the Quran also say same that as you give, the Almighty God blesses you. The Prophet made it clear. He said that if even He protects you, all what you do helps you. And not only that, reading the Quran, being prayerful, and if you give, He said, if you give, God can give you. If you give a CD, you can multiply it 10 times. At the point, He said He will multiply it 700 times.
Okay.
Then that blessings is there.
Okay.
But there's no any other way that you just do magic and you get money.
How will that money be multiplied 700 times? How will it happen?
Exactly.
Is that no magic?
No, your work.
Your work?
Yes. You can plant a seed here, and by God's blessing, you see the way to yield.
Okay.
Then
So I get you and the point you've made, Sheikh. And you make the point also that a number of these youth are seeing these things on TV. The reason for which they feel that, oh, if it's on TV, it's credible.
That's right.
It's something that maybe we can all do.
Yes.
And then they go ahead, contact such persons, and they perpetrate such acts.
Yes.
And it actually ends up with some loss of lives and the like. I want to speak to somebody who is responsible for a number of things we see on our TVs.
Okay.
The National Media Commission chairman, Yabuedu Ayeboafo, is joining us in this conversation. Now, Mr. Buedu, good afternoon, sir. Many thanks for agreeing to join us, sir. Hello, Mr. Buedu Ayeboafo.
Yes, hello.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Many thanks for agreeing to join us.
All right, thank you, sir.
Great. So the NMC has come under a lot of attack, pressure for not censoring some of the things a lot of us see on television. In fact, I have a sheikh here with me who suggests that he feels one of the things which leads to a lot of the youth engaging in some of these heinous acts is the fact that they are exposed to them by the media. And so perhaps if the NMC put in a lot more work and censored a lot of the things that are shown on TV, perhaps this 10-year-old boy would still be alive. Any comments, sir?
Okay, I thank you once again for the contact.
Sure.
I think with this whole issue, the main cause that motivates the children is just the access this ritualists do on most of the television shows, teachings and stuff. Because looking at it, most of these children, I don't think they travel anywhere. They have access to this place, but they only see them on TV. The motivation, I think they are normally contact membership of that people that they do for them have access to the and as you just said earlier on, we all assume anything that is put in on TV, we assume it's from a reliable source that maybe most people can rely on. So I think that's the main issue that I've been bringing all this issue on.
If I understand you correctly, you concur then that a lot of the things shown on TV have the potential to and actually go a long way to influencing the actions of a number of people, including the youth.
Yes.
Okay. And so if we are wary of such, why then, if you, for instance, go to the multi-TV Digibox, there are several rituals on, and even on some other television stations, which are on the digital terrestrial platform, there are several of these ritualists who are there saying, I'll double your money, I'll triple this, if you have problems at work, come, if you have this here, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. Why are such things are allowed to be on our airwaves if we know that, again, we are influencing through whatever content we are putting out there? We are influencing the several people, including a lot of the youth who may at this point be under a lot of pressure to succeed because they may feel that their friends are succeeding and they are not.
Okay. Yes, it's very true, but if you check, I think what I will have to say is, I think the people that do come based on the television station, I mean, to do, I will call it marketing, so that they will be able to get people them work for. I think before they will get they pay something, maybe an amount to the owner of the TV station. I don't think it's free, huh? So once they will pay something, and it's because of income that the person to set up that television station.
So
I think once it's a business, then the person will pay come, but I don't think it's always reliable because it brings more evil to our society.
I see. But then if you say that, sir, I'm tempted to ask, what if we have a pornography actor or a producer who suggests that, well, I have so much money to pay, if really the argument is about the fact that such persons have monies to pay and these media houses may need money. So let's say I am a porn producer, and then I come to a television station and then I say that, you know what, I have some very compelling porn content and I want you to show it on your platform, and I'm going to pay even twice the value of airtime you are willing to sell to me. Does that still give us a justification that it's okay to show such content on TV?
Well, it doesn't really give, but I think it is one issue that is just let me say, an example is this, maybe this TV channels and stuff, and even some TV stations, they do such things, but normally at odd times. I think a colleague of mine or something even told me the last time that even with TV channels and stuff, there are even some channels there. But what I would say is that those channels are basically made for those things. I think that one is different from like bringing your maybe your video and sending it to a television station so that it will play it for you.
Interesting.
Definitely.
I'm trying to get a drift, though. I'm just not so sure I'm convinced. Yeah, because really, so technically we know that we are harming people, but because of the money, we are proceeding with the act. Is that what I understand?
Pardon me?
No, I'm saying, but everything you are saying gives me the impression that we know we are causing harm. We are, rotting further our morals. We are corrupting them much further. But of course, it is for a good cause, and the good cause being that we are making money out of it. Is that the justification I hear?
Yes, sure.
Interesting. So, is that then not... sorry I have to use this example, but now it's someone's 10-year-old. Say, Mr. Bode, I'm sure you have some children. If your son or daughter was harmed in any way because the airwaves we are supposed to protect are not protected or censored in any way, and so anybody can go on TV and incite anybody to do anything or lie to anybody to do any wrong thing, I'm not sure you'd be very happy with that, would you?
Not this. Of course I won't be.
But we are still rationalizing whatever it is that exists currently. Would you say that it may perhaps be time for us to pay a lot more attention to whatever it is we do now, as in the kind of content that is shown on TV? Would you recommend, for instance, that there's a ban placed on some of these ritualists or spiritualists who come on TV and say all of these things?
Yes, I think yes, to be able to have this person purpose, I think the main person should be shown straight to the television stations that do accept practice to come and play their programs on their television shows.
I see.
Because when you look at the children having kids at the house, a real example is it depends on their age. But the oldest 10 kids have played to watch cartoons and nothing else. So I will also ask the parents of their kids that maybe you need to monitor them very, very well. I think maybe they might have their own way anyway, but you have to always make sure and know whatever thing they'll be watching on television. Parents can be sitting with the kids and maybe probably changing the television stations to a place that these ritualists are, doing things that are adverse and things. So, instead of the parents changing, maybe with a little interest that he may also have no. Not even that the parents will not even think, but as the kids see the situation like that, and maybe there will be a day you won't be there, the kid might take the time to look that kid and stuff. So the day you won't be at home is that day that the kid will take the remote, and that you take and then have a look for 2 more efforts.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Bodo Aiwafo. We are grateful you took time off to join us. At this point, let me introduce 2 other people who are with us, one on phone, one on Zoom. Osofo Haji is with the Africania Mission. He's a senior member for the Africania Mission. He's with us on phone. Osofo Haji, let me ask this, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Osofo Haji, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay, it doesn't look like he can hear me. But Yemi Baba is a blogger, and he's actually started a campaign on social media suggesting that we have to put an end to the kinds of content which influence people negatively to the extent that it has driven, or it appears to have driven, these 2 young men to commit such an act. Yemi, good afternoon, and many thanks for joining us today, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
Great.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, and I'm glad you've started this campaign. But Yemi, let's ask this. Of all the things that are shown on TV, why should censorship be the way to go? So, for instance, I tune to any TV station, I am watching movies, I'm watching music videos here and there. I am seeing almost naked ladies on TV. Nobody is complaining about it. I am seeing movies where there are scenes, people are kissing and people are having sex, and sometimes they are showing a lot of things. There are series that suggest same and the like, and they are shown usually even at prime time. Nobody is condemning them. Why are you condemning and calling for a censorship of acts by people who claim that they are only there to help people. So a ritualist is on a platform and is suggesting that, well, ordinarily you would have to walk to me in a bush to be able to do so and so. Now, due to technology and the advancement of everything happening in life, I have come to you. I'm on a TV platform. I'm saying that if you have problems and God has given me the divine authority to help you, I can help you through this platform. Why do you want me censored?
Thank you, my brother.
Right.
You've asked a lot of questions in one. But the truth about the whole campaign, I must quickly clear that I am part of those championing it, but I did not actually start it.
Okay.
I think I first saw it on Kopiche's page, and Kopiche is a dear brother.
Okay.
So I decided that, okay, it's a beautiful idea and concept. Let's go along with it. That's about that. You made mention of different movies and things being showed, and then there's no censorship. Why this? I am of the opinion that a lot of those stuff shown should be curtailed. It's not even about this alone. It's a pile of, plenty things they will say we suppose stop. We suppose sanitize. There was a time I did an article on why do women, there are some photo shoots to see, the lady has to go all out, only brazier, sometimes pant or something, and the guy who wears suit cover up. I fought against that. I wrote about it. I spoke about it. I'm also of the I've been asking, would music videos not sell better without a girl twerking or a girl doing so many things? I've spoken about that. But don't forget, only me. Now only me will talk. Maybe I'm the only one trying to champion this. So it's a collective thing. If we want to sensitize or sanitize the entire thing we are talking about, it will take everybody from the TV.
But do we have to? That is the question. Do we have to?
If we call up, if we say we want, it's not that what some of us see, like maybe the women and everything, maybe we try to criticize that we don't like or we like, or no. But we're trying to say, let us be morally led or go on a certain path. Then we have to start calling ourselves out. We have to start, doing something about it. For me, I think I don't have a problem. Aside this ritualist thing that has happened, I've always had a problem with certain pastors, certain men of God, and sorry to say, I call some of them gods of men. I have a problem with most of them, with some of the abracadabra I see them do. They are even parts. Let's even not talk about this ritualist and some of the pastors that have been, cajoling people, causing problems in marriages and a whole lot. So it's the matter big. It big past waiting we even they see. We are even shouting and crying about this because they are kids. They were caught. Let's say they were not caught. Let's say a lot of adults have been doing it. As we are talking right now, as we are on this show right now, people are committing all these kind of atrocities. They were kids. Maybe they didn't have that mindset of, to deduce whether to do. How about the adults that are doing it? How about the brainwashing that is going on from churches to mosques to everything? So it's a fight for everything. It's just that this has happened this way.
So would you then endorse calls that the NMC or GIBA or the NCA censors some of these people so that we don't even get to see them on TV? There's a saying in Tree, it says any and who any time. So as you do not see it, you do not even
know you I don't understand the tree, but yes. You could break it into English.
That's what I'm saying. That once you do not even see it, the thought doesn't even come to mind because you are not seeing it, so you don't even know. You are not even privy to it to begin with. So would you endorse such calls?
If I'm going to use your platform to express what I always talk about and what I always try and clarify, it's not just the traditionalist, the ritualist, or whoever. Some pastors should be censored. Some so-called men of God, they don't cause too many problems. They should be censored. Some music videos should be censored. There should be, there should be a yardstick. There should be, we're supposed to get certain standard. We'll go, say, if your music video does not cut this standard or this, reject it. If you see certain things going on, maybe certain pastors preaching certain things, certain imams, certain people, certain traditionalists doing certain things, call them to order. Let's start taking responsibility. I heard one of your caller, the man that left before now, and I like the question you asked him. Thank you very much.
Even if the government will come in, right, to take care of, we have allowed stations to be open, that is media freedom, is that not it? So if somebody wants to go in, he has the right. But I believe there should be
a cap.
Exactly, or people should be advised to know what they are going to do. And if all media stations know what they are going to go in for, and they cannot just get money from anywhere, somebody will not just invest his money there, as I know it. Because, like you said, everything is costly. The people working, everything you are using borders with money.
So yes, and then another argument is this, that it's very simple. There are so many ads on TV. Nobody is asking you to do ABC. You watch movies of Superman and Batman jumping and flying and everything. How many people get up jumping from buildings to suggest that they are Superman or Batman?
No, but it happened ever. You know that
it has happened before, but I'm saying
now it's education.
But my point is this: how often do we even see such things? The gentleman who is a ritualist or a money doubler is only letting you know of his services.
No,
he has not asked you to go and kill any human being.
Exactly.
So if through your interaction with him, you get the impression, and this is again someone's word against another person's, but you get the impression that you have to go and kill somebody just so you can make money. How then do you blame the ritualist who is only advertising his his products?
It seems to be in the beginning made it clear that he's part and parcel of the problem. It's not because of, like you said.
I only presented the facts of the matter. I do not hold a position on this.
I said that. I told you that it's not one issue. We are talking about multiple.
Okay, let's hear from Gideon. He's in Ashaiman. He's joining us now. Gideon from Ashaiman. Good afternoon, sir. Gideon, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Great. Good afternoon. Let's hear your thoughts on the subject, sir.
Thoughts of stuff like these. Okay. When you are seeing it, people are going to politicize the stuff. But it's not. To make money so they can pay. So I mean, the TV stations, they are taking money to pay their workers and all. So these men come, they don't really have any policies, government like, okay, so these are criteria. People like this can come outside. People like this don't come. There is no criteria. The NCA, the National Communications 101, and they are keeping their job.
I see.
Yes, imagine someone like this killing a 10-year-old boy. What is happening? Because they are opening the air for everybody to start and advertise because of mere greed. Okay? Okay? Themselves and the influencers definitely is going to get into their head and they want to write in Benzes and all that. And
I see. So Gideon, you're also calling for a censorship of sorts, right?
Exactly my point.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your call. There's a caller from Tamale who is joining us also. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Boss, your name, your name, please. You're from Tamale.
Yes, my name is Alex.
Alex, okay, Alex, let's hear you.
About it, I see acts that they say has been endorsed by FDA, right?
the ads that are shown, so ads that are specific to consumables, so foods and drugs, those ads are vetted and approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Ads that have to do with betting and the like are endorsed and approved by the Gaming Commission.
So you are telling me that the system that actually like kind of evaluate what is kind of telecast?
Not that I'm aware of. I know there's an advertising society of Ghana, Advertisers Association of Ghana. They vet a number of things, but again, it's voluntary. If you want to join, if you have an ad agency and you want to join, then you can join. It's not mandatory. There's no real law which bars certain things.
Wow. Then that means we are like that. Like more of this are going to show up. Because like there should be a system where like what is telecast on TV is kind of evaluated, like go through some system that shows what should be shown and what not. But not just put everything out there. It's very toxic.
Okay, so again, the media is to be blamed, and there has to be some sort of censorship on your from you. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Stephen is joining us from Wager. Stephen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Stephen, let's hear your thoughts.
No, please, all these issues you have been saying. Personally, I do see the lack of from the head.
From the head, as in?
From the head of Ghana government.
You want to blame the president for the actions of... Okay.
From the, let's take it arrested. From the presidency, the legislators, and the parliament, all of us are failure to Ghana on this particular issue. If you go to anywhere in Africa, where even there are so many things, you will not see this type of issue in television. Money dumping, every day come, I will give you money, every day do this, I will give you this. If the government are serious on protecting the children, to do the same. Because a friend of you was telling me that a 17-year-old from JSS told him that if he finished school, he will go to money laundering. And he said, why? He said, because they are doing it in television. Now, see what has happened. If the president is serious, if the legislators are serious, and the parliament, who are saying lawmakers, are serious on Ghana issues, this will have happened that they are now, the children are killing themselves because of money.
I see.
The parliament are there doing nothing to protect the nation, working nothing to guard the nation. All what they need is, if they say they are going to pass law to add some money for them or buy the VA, they'll say, yeah. But when they are doing something to progress the nation, it's partisan. If they are doing in parliament.
Okay.
If I would have get time to meet those so-called.
Okay, Stephen, thank you for your thoughts. Stephen from Wager, we thank you for those thoughts. Oliver is joining us from Domain Crow. Oliver, good afternoon. Oliver, can you hear me? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, let's hear your thoughts, sir.
Please, it's like the monetization and the aspect of those, how do I call them? Those people, it's not helping us at all. I was a victim. One day I was in my room, in fact, I was very hot, and this Disney priest came to the television saying, if you come to when I'm at this place, I can give you this. My brother, I nearly went to a friend to borrow money to go to that place for her. So when I reached Techiman, at the station, I saw some man sleeping, and what he was saying touched my heart, and I said, no, I want to get back. Initially, that thing was not in my mind. But this TV station influenced me to follow their steps. So
Oliver.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of adverts on TV. Why do you not pursue all of them? This time round, okay. Unfortunately, Oliver's line has dropped there. But I just wanted to ask a simple question. He says he went there because he had seen them on TV. Granted. But there are several other ads that are shown on TV and we do not pursue them. We see a lot of products on TV. We don't even buy them. So unless, of course, perhaps there was genuine interest on your part as well. But, of course, it's open to debate wherever you are. Williams is joining us from Kumasi. Williams, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Williams, let's hear your thoughts, sir.
Please, regarding to this
Okay. I want to say a little bit about it.
Sure. Go ahead.
The world we live in right now, I think everything is about advantages and disadvantages. So we can't just ignore the disadvantages. We can't make them move from the world. We are going to live with it. There's advantage to everything we do in this life. There's advantages and we have disadvantages.
Yeah.
So we just have to make some policies to like bring the disadvantages down. We can't just ignore the disadvantages.
Okay. So
We just
you say we should find a way to say reduce maybe the hours we show such things or even the time we show such things, and not necessarily an outright ban.
No. I'm saying that everything we do, there's always going to be disadvantages to everything.
Of course.
We just have to make some policies to ensure that they are not that much in the world, like in the country we live in.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Williams, thank you for your thoughts as well. Maybe we'll take a couple more calls and then we'll call it a show. The numbers are 0204738481. They are on your screens right now. Also 055-033-1511. Sheikh, you've heard a lot of our viewers share their thoughts so far. How do we deal with the declining morals and all of the things that are happening? Honestly, I get it that the tendency for people to be influenced when they see certain things on TV is quite high. Granted. Yeah. But I have personally never, ever felt the need to call a spiritualist or a pastor or somebody who says, go and put water on a TV and I'm praying and then you make money. That is for me. But from where you sit, what's the way forward?
Yeah, we pray. I always say pray.
We
as believers.
Is that not?
We have nothing to do apart from prayers. We believe in the Almighty God.
So everything has to do with prayers? It solves all problems?
When we say it's prayers, that means we teach and people understand who is God. And the end of the word, you are not just dying and you will be put into the dust and that's the end. You're going to be judged for everything that you do. You go to Quran chapter 99, God makes it clear that on that day after resurrection, everything that you might have done on earth, big or small, you account for it. So it's if you put that faith in people and you believe in God, it's not only, like I said, it's not only a matter of the media or television. Bring it because, like you said, in the olden days when there was no even television, people were into that. And today's world, everything that happens, we hear it because of the media. Formerly, those things were there.
We are just not hearing
about exactly. So that doesn't mean it is only the media, but we can still censor, we can still check, and we have to check it up even in the community. In today's world, let me tell you, you are living in Achimota, where I live, and you see people, young men doing evil. Nobody gets up to check them because we are all from different places. Is that not it? But like when we were living in our community, like a town in Achimota, if something is going on, elders will get up. Now even there, things are dying out. No advice. We are not talking. When you see people doing evil, nobody will get up and check.
But it's often because if you try to correct someone's child, the person tells you, are you the one to teach my child the right way?
Exactly. But because it's not community doing. You get me clear. If elders, pastors, alim, scholar, Muslim, Malam, leaders, and all come together. And say, we don't need this in our place. You can even see at the time that it is time for people going to school. And you see some children doing something. They have something that they play. I don't know how they call it. Students, schoolboys, and they'll be doing that. Nobody talks about it.
Okay.
And if they grow, what are they going to do?
We have a caller from Sunyani. Let's hear him also. Good afternoon. Our caller from Sunyani.
Calling from Sunyani.
Okay, Kwesi, let's hear you.
Kofi calling from Sunyani.
Kofi, go ahead. You are listening, sir.
Yeah, please. I think we are making a point. People are blaming the media. I don't think the issue is the media. Government has a part to play. Personally, I see it to be a political approach. Government has a part to play. The churches, what do we see in our churches nowadays? When you go to church and you don't have money, how do they teach you? Parents also have a part to play. So to me, It's a holistic something, like what the man said. Everybody in the society has it. So we should stop talking about the flowers and the branches. We should go. If government decides to set rules to stop these things, they will still find a way and do it in some corners. So I think parents, because we live in a society where if you don't have money in the family, in the eyes of the parents, how do they respect you? Their community, they don't respect you. Churches, the same thing. I don't know about mosques, but the society is so corrupt. So we shouldn't be having problems with the media and the media and the media. I think we have to go down and solve it. That is my view.
All right, thank you, Kofi from Sunyani. We'll take one call from Salt Pond. Good afternoon. Okay, that line has dropped there. There's an interesting thing I want to share with you, though, before we go. In 2016, in November of 2016, there was a ruling that was given by the Supreme Court on the National Media Commission's decision, or at the time, their approach to dealing with certain things that are shown on TV. So they had gone to court, the Supreme Court, to suggest that they should be given the nod to censor a lot of things. So if you're a TV station, you want to broadcast, they will see your lists, the content you want to put out, and then approve it before you are able to go and execute. But the report suggests that the Supreme Court ruled that such a thing was unconstitutional.
That's right.
And so you cannot go against the Constitution. And so a part of it, I'm just going to read a small part of it. It says, in a unanimous decision, the 7-member panel held that certain regulations in the NMC, that's the Content Standards Regulation 2015 LI 2224, amounted to censorship and contravened Article 162, Clause 4 of the 1992 Constitution. Now, per the court's judgment, Regulations 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 22 of the law have been struck down as unconstitutional. Now, here's a quote. The regulations are hereby struck down as unconstitutional, now and void. And it goes on to say a lot more about the case as put across by Giba and the NMC. And so, if we are where we are, now who calls some? Right?
That's right.
Sheikh,
Yes,
we'll call it a show.
That's
right? Do you have any last words, any concluding words?
Yeah, we still...
you are still on the prayer.
Yeah, and appeal to our people.
Appeal for prayer, more prayer.
We are appealing to our people.
For more prayer?
No, we pray. Okay. And we appeal to them.
To the people?
Yeah.
Not for prayer, though?
Yes, that they should... we should think about the next world. And apart from that, we shouldn't sell everything that we have. We just don't live. We are Ghanaian and African, and we have some beautiful culture that we have to still stick to. We don't just buy in everything, like you said. They said the judges are right because they deal with the Constitution, but they can see something and say that still, if the Constitution says this, and we see that it will work against us, we can repel it. Can't we do that?
Yes, we do.
So we have to be on our own, not by living for other people. That's my prayer. We should always do what we feel like. We are a people, a sovereign nation, and we can do things for ourselves. Good things, and that should be consensus. We ask people, this is what we want. We say we want it. It is good. That's democracy. I always say that. Democracy is what you like. I want. We all agree to this. And we apply it. So why should we be always listening to some people? Like what you are saying, no censorship. You know why? You go and tell that is human rights something. And everything, what Europeans are doing, we do. They are even praying. Some of them are saying they should check their things, but they can't because it is now out of hand. So it is my appeal that we should leave. And the youth shouldn't be afraid. They can work and God can give them money. Money belongs to the Almighty God. And if you work, God will give you money, not by judgment. They don't have anything.
Sheikh Ayub Ofosuhene, he's an Islamic cleric, and he has helped us understand a few things. He says there's nothing like money rituals. Forget it. The secret is in hard work. Work hard. When you come to MX24, if you come to our newsroom, some people come here as early as 5 a.m., 6